Hey guys, it's Jaden here and I have a very interesting video for you today. What I've managed to do is replace Luigi Circuit with the version of Luigi Circuit that plays during the credits. I think it's called Ending Demo or something like that. Now I've already tested a little bit, so I know what's going to happen, so I'm going to share what I found with you guys. I think I'm going to play a time trial first and then do it in a full-on race. But yeah, first of all, there's no ghost save for it, obviously, as Nintendo never intended for you to be able to actually play this race. And there's no way to do this in regular Mario Kart. I am obviously hacking to do this, or using the My Stuff folder on CDGP. The first thing you're going to notice, obviously, is that this is not the start line. But an easy explanation for this would be that's where you start racing during the cutscene. So during the credits, that's where the video begins, is where you start driving down this stretch of the race. So it makes sense that's where you start. The ramp still can be tricked off of, except I just missed it there, so that's kind of confusing. But yeah, no, you can trick off of this ramp. It's still the same ramp as before. But what they did is different, is that they actually did get rid of the pipes that usually appear here. And that's probably just to scale down, like during the cutscene, make those file size a little bit smaller or something like that. And like it doesn't need to be super detailed, obviously. But yeah, one last thing you're going to notice pretty shortly is that because this was never intended to be raced, there's no checkpoints either, so there's also no lap counts. So this race will go on for all eternity until I either quit or, you know, I just keep racing forever. So, yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for the time trial that I wanted to explain to you. I think I'm going to go ahead and show you the crazy effects produced by trying to do this in an actual versus race now. And I can guarantee you, with the CPUs not knowing where to go, it gets pretty hectic. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that now. Alright, so I'm back, and now it's time to mess around with the versus race. You're going to notice some pretty crazy stuff going on immediately in the cutscene. And I have an explanation for why I think this is happening. First of all, you'll notice those carts in the bottom left corner disappear out of nowhere and just drop down. But everything else does seem to be pretty normal at first. Until the cutscene seems like it's about to be over. Because it doesn't end. It just keeps going. Now, my explanation for why I think this is happening is because I'm pretty sure these are the camera views that appear during the actual credit scene, like as you're following the racers drive through during the credits. So I think it's just running through that now during this opening cutscene, because it doesn't know when to play that anymore. So that's kind of cool that it's playing it without the racers playing. Now I know you can't see this either, but my remote is randomly shaking too, and my guess for this is because during the cutscene you do run over those boost panels a couple of times, and I think that's what's happening. I think I'm running over the boost panel in the cutscene, so my remote is like rumbling, even though I'm obviously not hitting anything at all. So it's kind of rumbling, you know, I'm not hitting anything at all, which is kind of strange. But you'll also notice the computers kind of don't know where to spawn, or kind of just sitting there. But yeah, and the cheering is kind of ominous because there's no music, so you're just listening to the cheering. You can also hear the hot air balloon actually sound too. It makes it's kind of hard to hear usually. But yeah, we're about to get into the actual race. If I recall, this is about when it ends. You know what I might do, though, is do like a side-by-side comparison with the regular cutscene and this. Like this weird cutscene. And see like what the differences are. Or if it's exactly the same. To see like if the rumbling does line up and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the end. Like this is when the credits start appearing actually up in the sky. So I think the race is about to begin now. But yeah, this is the crazy part. As you'll notice immediately, I am spawning out of bounds, and as you can see, some of the computers already died and got respawned at the start line before the race even started. So I actually do hit that invisible plane I was talking about in the Luigi Circuit Ultra Shortcut video, and now as you can see, I'm free to race. However, fairly shortly you'll see the computers get very confused and start going around in circles. Now, once again, you can't really do much. There are no lap counts, and because there's no checkpoints, I'm kind of doomed to be in 12th place for all eternity. Now, I was thinking about redoing the race, like winning a race, and then so I started this race in first place. But I don't think there's no point of that. It would just give me a different spawn, but I think that spawn would just be one of the spawns that the computers died in, and that's why they got respawned at the start line, at the beginning of the race. It's not super exciting. Yeah, this video, I just thought it was worth making, because I was like, okay, I got these files when I was like getting all the files from Mario Kart Wii, so I could get all the checkpoint maps and like KCL models for them. And I was like, I might as well go ahead and test out these tracks as well, and see what happens. So anyway, you can now see the computers are starting to get confused already, as they're kind of veering off to the side. Donkey Kong just straight up going backwards. Oh, nope, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, and they kind of get stuck right about here. And my guess for this is they're, up to this point, they were following the paths they were supposed to follow for the credits cutscene. I know not all these, I don't know if there's 12 carts during the credits cutscene, so I'm not sure if it's normal for this many carts to be in the race during the credits, but I think they've reached the end of that, so now they have no clue what to do. So they're just crashing into walls. As you can see though, you can see what happens where they just kind of phase out of existence and respawn. You can do that during actual regular Mario Kart, where you get the computers far enough off their path that they can't get back, so they'll kind of just phase out of existence and then disappear. So that's kind of what's happening here. They're just so confused, they actually don't know what to do. So yeah, as you can see, the computers get really confused. I think that's pretty much it though for the versus race 2. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that side-by-side comparison I was talking about though to wrap up the video. So thanks for watching, and let me know if you want me to do more of this kind of glitchy beta Mario Kart race nonsense.